Good morning, team. I hope you're all well rested and ready for our final day of going fast for a really good cause. I am H-Dog, and I will be your host for the first 3 runs today. So in the interest of going fast, let's get right into it. We've got to get to the Ark. Skyreon is running any percent, no major glitches in SOMA. Sky, Kakeri, would you like to introduce yourselves?
Yes, sure. Thank you. I'm Skyreon. I've been running this game for not too long, not as long as Cake, but it's been really fun, and I'm a big fan of no major glitches for this game. Cake has been, he's incredibly good at this game, and he's been teaching me a lot of things about it. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, I'm Cake, or Cakery, and I've ran this game and a couple of categories for it, and I've also tried most frictional game speedruns, and I would say Soma is pretty much my favorite out of all of them, so I'm excited for this.
Nice. Yeah. I think we're ready to start right away. So there's going to be an opening sequence, and then on a certain voice line, time will start. I'll let you know. So I'm going to start in safe mode.
So yeah, this game has normal mode and safe mode. Safe mode wasn't in the first release of the game. Safe mode was added later. There's a couple of glitches that is available in the normal mode, or the earlier patch that only had normal mode. So if you want to run the any percent route, optimally, you would have the down patch, which we have an available speedrun branch on Steam, so it's a really quick and easy way to down patch. So thank you, Frictional Games, for giving that to us.
Yeah, they've been very kind to us and helpful with multiple games. Time is coming, time is starting in a few seconds. There we go. We're off.
Let's go.
This would have been the way I woke up if I overslept. Kate calling me, saying, "Come on, let's do the run." But I did wake up on time.
Also sleeping with his clothes on.
Yeah. Relatable.
I mean, he's trying to save time.
Yeah. Our superhero is just ready as soon as possible.
Don't worry, I got it.
So there's not that much going on in these early maps.
Okay, see you soon.
Just gonna kind of move along, get to work. Or we're going to get our brain scanned. So we need to pick up this tracer fluid right here, and there's 3 available spots where it can spawn. So you saw Sky open the cabinet, and then the bathroom door, and then the drawer. That is the most optimal route to take. So it will always spawn in the last location checked.
Yeah,
It's the
so
hardest map of the game.
yeah, all you have to do for this map is just right-click on the second ring to decline the phone call from Jesse, because it wastes a lot of time, even though it is a very funny phone call.
Maybe he had something important to say.
Yeah, so Simon has suffered a brain injury from a car crash, so he's gonna get his brain scanned by not Dr. Munshi, but Mr. Munshi, which is super reassuring when he's sitting down in the chair in the next map. He will try to save him because his brain is kind of dying.
And as you see here, Sky just ended up in front of the key code there. You actually can hold W during that wake up, or during that black screen. You can hold forward and walk for a couple of seconds before you can see anything.
Yeah. It's a study I'm doing with my colleague Paul Berg.
And it's a special dialogue that plays where Simon says, "Wow, I guessed it. That's amazing." Guessing a 4-digit code, because it's always the same. You're supposed to open a drawer to find it.
Made for us speedrunners.
Yeah.
There's the cool thing you can do in this map. If you I'm not sure if it's frame perfect, but if you jump with a lot of momentum coming into this room, you notice that our player just kind of slid into this particular spot in front of Munshi. You're stuck in that position, but if you do jump into the trigger with a lot of speed, you can end up behind him, which is pretty funny. You see the whole like cutscene or conversation from behind. He's just staring into nothing. And you can also enter the share a little bit faster that way, but yeah, it saves like half a second.
Yeah, nicknamed Munshi Skip, which I mean, I think people have gotten it at total times of like you can count on one hand, I think, and one of those times was in a marathon, so that's amazing.
Yeah, I've done many attempts of this game, and I've gotten it one run ever. And also Trigger, he managed to get it in the marathon, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, Trigger has amazing resources for this game. He's been a huge community figure for the game. So shoutouts to him for sure. I'll do that later as well.
So now we woke up like 100 years later, not knowing where we are, what we are, or there's a lot of questions, but we know the route, we know how to do this, we've done this before, so it's no big deal.
Yeah, so I guess it's a good time to explain sort of how the game works. So, as mentioned earlier, we're playing in safe mode, so our health regenerates extremely fast, so fast that it's faster to death warp right here. That's the first monster encounter. Normally in any percent, well, not in any percent because you would go out of bounds, but in no major glitches normal mode, you would wait there for like 15 to 20 seconds for the monster to despawn. But it's faster to just tank the hit and just get up from the floor.
Yeah, in safe mode you regenerate health super fast. If it was normal mode, you would be limping for quite a while. And now we're just collecting the Omni tool, which we'll need throughout the whole game. In any percent we skip collecting the Omni tool because it just automatically gets into our inventory. So, but we need to do this in order to progress inbounds. There was the first use of it, just that's how we open big doors in this game, just scanning the Omni tool.
This is where a big route diversion happens between normal mode and safe mode. So in normal mode you can simply hold S during this climbing animation to get out of the vent. And the room that you were just in will despawn, so you can just run around on the ceiling. But that was patched, so because this is a current patch, like Cake mentioned at the beginning, we're playing safe mode. To play safe mode, you gotta be on a more recent release of the game. They did patch that, so I'm gonna go through this vent. But luckily it's not too long.
You also saw Sky touch that weird flower-looking thing. Those are across the whole game, and they're the ones that heal you up to 100% health. So, but we usually don't, or yeah, we don't collect any of them during this run because it's safe mode. We gain back health so quickly.
So right there I did a glitch called a lean swipe. You might be better at explaining it than me, Cake.
Yeah, so basically you lean and you swipe the camera, lean swipe, very good name. So our camera is on the other side of the wall for a brief second, allowing us to interact with whatever is on the other side. In this case it was the button for the door to open, it was placed on the other side. So we just lean swiped and clicked the button. Really neat.
That counter.
Yeah, you bonk on that so easily.
Hey, you got on the way back though. You barely make it over with the apex of your jump. Alright, pretty good early game.
Yeah.
Hey, are you there? I found
So
the
now we
place
meet
ceiling.
Catherine, one of the main characters.
Oh, that's better.
Well, we don't technically meet her, I suppose. In a casual playthrough, you would meet her physically. We only talk to her over the phone.
Me? I was hoping you'd have some answers.
I probably have some. What do you want to know?
This is one of many
Where to
parts
even
where
begin?
we
What is this
just
place? How did I get
stand in
here?
place,
And why do the robots
wait for
talk
the
like
conversation to be over.
Well, you're at
In
Upsilon,
any percent,
really.
we
If you've
can
been there before, where did you work?
skip
Grimoire,
this
Toronto. Is that really
conversation in
important?
particular,
No, I mean,
because
where
we
did you work
can
to pay those
go
dues?
out of bounds
I don't
and
know what
talk
that
to a
is.
robot.
That's unexpected.
Talking
Did
to
you
that
come
robot
directly from
just
Toronto?
overwrites this
Yeah, I did.
conversation,
And it was very unexpected.
which ends the
Have you
map
seen
like
any
20
people,
seconds
like
faster.
staff or field
It's a
technicians?
really cool
Only
skip that was
robots,
found
crazy ones.
fairly
Except
recently,
for
like a few
one.
months ago.
I think he was in pain.
It
I'm not sure
involves
what to do.
solving the puzzle here and then running over to a WoW flower to heal. Because you can input that, you can solve that puzzle and then immediately look away from the screen.
It's about to collapse.
And then you stand here, interact with the WoW flower while looking at the screen. And that's how it works. It will cancel out the... It will give you the ability to move again. Because normally you're stationary during that conversation.
Shit! Where do I... What's that? Oh, fuck!
There's a cool little trick we can do here, where if you click to interact at a certain time upon map load, you can climb early up here. So I'll be clicking in a few seconds, right there, and Simon will grab onto the thing here and climb up and skip his like waking up animation.
Yeah, the waking up animation happens in the same spot every time, no matter where you are. But like on the second you load into the next map, you'll get teleported, or you will still have that same position you had in the previous map. And Sky stood exactly where the ladder would be. So he would wait until the segment timer hits 6 seconds, and that's when he spams click, and that will just interact with the ladder as soon as it's available.
I only clicked once.
Oof,
You spam.
smooth.
Yeah. Risky. So this is the first underwater section. So we did realize a little while ago that we woke up in an underwater facility. So we are we're gonna go from station to station in this underwater area. There's an enemy right there. We're just gonna run right by him. He's pretty slow. And this
Not
is
sure
more
if
of a
we can-
recent thing. This route.
Oh yeah, this route in all. Yeah, we normally would go over a hill, which has a really stupid inconsistent boost. But right now we're just running around normally, which is so nice because it's currently the fastest route, because we need to hit a trigger that is around the whole mountain or the hill, which we need for this trick that is coming up. We hit a preload trigger. A preload trigger makes the next map load in a little bit faster, and you can also transfer props and your player position from the previous map to the next map. So what you see here is Sky is gonna back hop to the door before it closes, and then he's gonna jump on top of the building. And
I've been
since
kind of
he-
struggling with that trick, so I'm glad I got it.
Yeah, it is really nice. So hit the preload trigger, which means the position he has right now will remain into the next map, making him spawn on top of transport station here.
And I guess it's a good place to explain the naming of this category, Cake.
The safe mode.
Sort of like, we're out of bounds, but this is no major glitches. And
Oh yeah.
all that.
Right. Not the. Right. So the limitations of no major glitches is just we're not allowed to clip through a wall. We're not allowed to do the re-grab glitch. The re-grab glitch allows you to prop fly all over the map. You can also clip through walls with objects. So the only restriction is do not clip through stuff, do not fly around, and that's about it. What you saw Sky did, he did no clips whatsoever. He just backed hop before the door closed, so there was no like collision blocking him. So this is still within the rules of no major glitches. This entire run used to be called glitchless back in the day, but that was that was changed.
That was a hot take.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just hitting this trigger from out of bounds makes this train sequence happen. So we're stationary, but we can see like the textures moving, and you're supposed to like take this train from station A to B. And a very quiet crash sequence until the very end of it. So yeah, we're really like teetering on the edge of the definition. Just like, as long as we're not clipping through anything, then that's okay.
Yep. So this is the least broken. The Omni tool. Do you
Well,
need it?
it's... No, I don't think I have it in here. Nope. Because when you do that skip, the tool... You never place down Cath, so you're still in your hands.
I haven't ran this new route yet.
But to be
Used
fair,
to the old
I
route.
haven't done many runs myself, so I had to double check. Here we can just lean to the left to pop our camera out of bounds for fun. And here is the ladder trick.
Right, so climbing a ladder in this game, you just hold W, but you can also climb a ladder if you have a controller plugged in. You hold up on the analog stick. If you hold forward and up on the analog stick at the same time, that speed gets stacked on top of each other, so you climb the ladder twice as fast. Climbing down a ladder, you can have 4 different inputs. You can hold down S. You can hold the directions to left and right as well, so A and D. So you can hold A, S, D, and then down on the analog stick. So you have 4 times the speed downwards, but it's not useful in any part of the run. Unfortunate.
I can find Lambda, right?
It's almost worth it in Omicron outside, because you have such a slow descent as you're jumping off the ladder.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was. Now that I think of it,
Maybe it is worth it.
yeah, it's probably worth. I think I'd do it for like a brief second just to get down.
I mean, no better time to do some research on strats than during a marathon, right? I can just test it out.
Yeah.
Might as well show it off. It's like, if it ends up being slower, it's only slower by like half a sec anyway.
So this part skips talking to Cath twice in this map. This map is really fun to do no major glitches, because it's just a parkour map. You see this jump on top of the hill here, and that allows you to go, quote-unquote, out of bounds. What is defined as out of bounds in an open ocean map, we're unsure of. If anyone has any suggestions, that would be great.
Yeah,
Because
and
we're
philosophers
working on
in chat.
yeah, we're working on a glitchless category at the moment.
You can get some nice boosts here, but I am not very good at them. Cake gets some really nice ones in his runs. It's a bit more difficult to get horizontal boosts in this game versus like the previous HPL games, like HPL 2 games like Amnesia: Dark Descent and Justine, Machine for Pigs, etc.
You also saw Sky going through some textures there, and you heard me say we're not allowed to clip through anything. All of those textures don't have collision, so it's still within the rules of NMG. We can walk through anything that just has, well, displays a texture, doesn't actually have a collision.
Yeah, so as long as we're not clipping through things with collision, we're good.
While we're walking around totally not out of bounds, it's now a good time to just go through what we're supporting here today.
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. So, Rejects and Friends Rapid Fire 2023 benefits the Planned Parenthood Federation of America. Planned Parenthood states that your health is our highest priority, and we believe that your body is your own. And this is a mission that RAF values very highly. That is Rejects and Friends, not the Royal Air Force. Planned Parenthood provides access to safe birth control in whatever form that may be, hormone therapies, STI treatments, and more. Make sure you're typing !donate in chat to donate to this very, very worthy cause and help us get to that donation target of 5345 to match Sub-Zero. Back to you, team.
Right, so I just did a safety save there because the jump is not that hard, but if you fail it, it's kind of catastrophic. So just to play it safe for the marathon.
Yeah, so normally you would have to enter this map through a door, but there's a collision above, which
Let's
you
say
can
hello
just...
to the monster. Hello, monster.
Yeah, there's the first monster account. Yeah, you can just enter the map from above.
Yeah, it's
Another
really fortunate
instance.
that you can like trigger the map load from like this tiny little spot.
Yeah, it just extends ever so slightly above the ground. So since we're playing on safe mode, these are all our friends. They kind of move out of the way when we need them to.
Yeah, very nice of them.
In normal mode, this map is
Stressful.
Yeah, and very, very reset heavy. They indeed aren't our friends anymore. Sad.
There's a trick you can do here where you just unplug and replug the tentacle 3 times from the same one, but I'm not that good at it. I'm wondering if it's different on current patch than like normal mode would do, but because there is that is the thing with one clip later, but I'm not sure if you know anything about version differences on that trick specifically, Cake.
Oh, I haven't tried doing that trick on safe mode, but yeah, it's pretty cool. The game doesn't check have the player disconnected 3 different tentacles. It's just you can plug back in the same and unplug it until it hits 3. It's pretty nice. And now we just wait until... Ooh, you got it.
That was really quick. Oh yeah, but it's safe mode, or like current patch, so there's an invisible wall placed here now.
Yeah, you can just use the fire extinguisher and rub it against the door, and there's a slight chance of it just popping away into oblivion.
Can you steer this thing?
Yeah, so on a previous patch for like normal mode, you could just run around in this like invisible part of the, like with deloaded part of the map,
Thought I was
right?
done for back there.
Oh, yeah, in any percent you can still use the fire extinguisher if you have a hold of it. You can clip out from this.
Ah, right.
It's a super... It's quite a big wall or collision that is blocking the path, but you can, if you have a really good angle and a really good regrab, you can clip through the barrier and just walk around inside of Curie. With all of the collision still being there, but no visuals.
Was that the ship?
Looks like your sabotage worked better than expected. Brace for impact!
It's a very dramatic sequence.
Blast just pushed us off the plateau.
We're gonna crash!
If I don't hit Delta, we're dead.
Hope you all have your seatbelts on.
I am strapped in, can confirm.
Oh, I accidentally held forward, so I took damage there, I think. But it's safe mode, we regenerate pretty quickly.
And we
There's some
made
weird
it!
things about holding forward there too early.
Yeah, so loading into the map, we're not actually in this part right here, being knocked out. We're in front of a cliff at the very edge, so if you hold forward, you will run out the edge and fall into the void and take damage. So that's why we have a visual cue for when we can hold forward.
I was a bit trigger happy there. Here is Kate, K8, the rescue bot, which we did not rescue on the way here. We saw her trapped under some rocks,
Good job.
but we promptly ignored her.
Don't worry, Cat. I'll find a way
She's
to
the best
fix it.
bot.
She is.
So there is a... well, you can save Kate in a previous map. But we skipped doing it, but she's still our friend. She's still nice.
Yeah,
She made it out
us.
somehow. Yeah, she made it out somehow. Just gonna establish the connection to a rescue zeppelin that will take us over to the next area.
We just passed by a dead body, don't worry about it. You will occasionally see some divers who are just, you know, they're just sleeping.
They're fine. They're robots.
That's definitely the Zeppelin.
Ah, come on.
What
There
you
we
can
go.
do here is some parkour up on this thing. I'm not really sure what it is, but and
Little
then you
dome.
can jump. Yeah, you can jump into the zeppelin before it lands. In the nice. In the normal mode or the earlier patch, you can plug Kath in a bit earlier, but they patched it out. So you have to wait for the zeppelin to kind of settle on the ground before plugging her back in. And as you saw Sky did, on the latest patch you can click that button and the base of the button just floats away for each
Think
click.
you can get us to Theta?
And it actually has a collision, so if you want to, you could actually jump on top of it and, like, give yourself a bit of a step for the next trick.
Can you
Oh,
lean
it's-
right here to get a good view of it?
Oh yeah, we can.
So you can either click the button down there or the base, and it just
Care to point me in the direction
Do a
of the
couple of more
closest tool
clicks.
chip storage?
I can't reach it from here.
it's
Oh, it's I
worth
can't
the time
interact
also.
during this.
Knock a robot over the head and steal their chips?
Yeah, my cursor is gone during the conversation.
You could use that.
Come on, I don't want to hurt anyone. Isn't this a bit much?
It's just a robot, Simon.
We're just robots.
Sort of.
Sort of. I'll get us the chip.
So the thing that is missing for the zeppelin to take us to the location is a ship, and we don't have one, so we're gonna steal it from this robot right here. So look away. Just gonna make him go to sleep.
Oh, dang. That was unfortunate. He was very far back. He's usually a bit further forward there. I tried to, like, jump in his path to avoid him flying around too much. Usually goes alright, but...
So sapping this robot takes 3 saps in total, which is the fastest. You can sap Kate, which is, I think, 5 or 6 saps in total. So it's a slower death, and you're also killing Kate, which it's just not okay.
Yep.
Simon, don't be mad.
The developers made sure that it would be quite the punishment. Kath also
Yeah.
has extra dialogue for if you do that.
Kill a robot like that?
Like, how could you? It's so cute. I think she literally says, but it's so cute.
Yeah.
It had to be done.
He was...
And Kate also watches you kill the other robot, so you can see she gets scared of you and kind of floats away, and you won't be seeing her
I'm sure
anymore.
it's fine.
Was he really that
Unfortunately.
different from us? It's just
It's
beginning to
awful.
sink in. I'm really
We're an
sinking
awful
in.
person.
Yeah.
I'm a robot.
Or an awful robot.
Guess I've known ever since I woke up.
So the next trick is a bit finicky.
My brain doesn't
Hopefully I
believe
can
feedback.
get like the first part of the trick early on, because it's much easier if I do that.
Could you maybe hit that switch over
So
we could
our
get
goal
moving?
is to
Yeah,
jump on top of the whatever this is. There we go. Okay, that's a good first part of the trick. So I'm currently fighting against the stream, like the current. The game wants to push me off. I'm just gonna hold forward and stay on top of this little control panel of sorts. and then during the load sequence to the next map, I will spam jump inputs. Well, not spam, but I will jump continuously, so that I can end up on a higher plane. So here we go. I'm not really jumping, there we go. And then ideally the map transition happens at the apex of my jump, like that, question mark. There we go, very nice.
Nice. That was really good.
If I don't get it, I can still retry it, but it's much better to get it now.
So the whole purpose of this trick is just to leave the Zeppelin. We entered the Zeppelin just for it to transfer us to the next map. And then we get on top of the Zeppelin, so when it reaches the edge, we're jumping out and walking to our destination manually. The Zeppelin does take us there, but we can do some preparation before the Zeppelin lands. We still need to wait for the Zeppelin landing, because Kate is still on there, and we gotta get her with us.
Yeah, and this trick saves more time in normal mode.
Yep.
Or 90%, I suppose. I think, wait, no, what does 90% do at this map?
It also...
right, it rides the
prop
door.
flies. Yep.
Yeah, so, but in normal mode, NMG, it saves more time because we will, like, leave the next station briefly to speed up a load sequence, or skip the entire thing, which is really tricky, but it works.
Yep.
Whereas there's an invisible wall placed here on current patch in safe mode.
So, if you saw, Sky didn't take a straight line A to B to this section, because this is where we want to be. It's because the whole map is surrounded with an invisible wall, so that people that would escape the Zeppelin could not enter. It's
okay, it
escape
worked.
proof. Nice.
Whew. That was one thing. you can explain that if you want.
Yeah, I'm just gonna finish that.
Yeah.
But it has a barrier. This whole map has a barrier around it. But that one little part, there is a small gap we can squeeze through and get on the other side. Just that one part, and we have no idea why there's a hole there, but it just works. How was it? The panel?
Yeah, the panel was there and everything was working. Luckily.
There's a small chance of the panel not spawning when loading into this map. But it's not the end of the world, because it only saves like 10 seconds, this strat. I'm not really sure how to explain this upcoming strat that well, but...
Oh, you mean like leaving the door?
Oh yeah, it's safe mode, right?
It's safe mode, so yeah, we can't really do it. So in normal mode, you would place the panel in between these two, like in between the door here. So it wouldn't close all the way, and then you could just jump out and back in to speed up the loading sequence. But they placed an extra invisible, well, they placed an invisible wall here in current patch, so we can't do that trick.
And in this upcoming map, in safe mode is pretty much my favorite map. It has a lot of stuff in it.
I don't think I'll do much talking during Theta, so...
Yeah.
Floor is yours.
So, what we need to do is go down into the basement and restart the router. Because what better place to place the router than in a basement with a monster? So what you see Sky is doing there is another lean swipe, which he did earlier in the run. So you just lean swipe that door, which he will go into later. So we're going down into the basement to find the router. Doing some parkour over the staircase there. But since this is normal mode, the monster down here is pretty friendly. He can nibble on you a little bit, just tickle you. But it's very rare, and it does very little damage in safe mode.
That was strange. I didn't pull it very hard.
You made it work. Alright, let's see if he's there.
Yeah, in normal mode you would kind of lean around the corners, seeing if he's gonna come. You can like walk around this pillar.
Yeah, you would be really scared being in this position in normal mode, because You just hear his footsteps in the distance. And avoided him totally. Nice.
There he is.
Hello, friend.
And then you could like close the door like that in normal mode, but it's no need in this. Although it doesn't lose any time if I do that. Nice, got the little parkour.
Nice, nice. So you normally would climb that up, which takes like 2 seconds, but Sky just jumped on top of the railing and skipped the climbing animation because he's wicked.
So there's early Brandon 1's room, but for some reason it's really difficult to do that lean swipe on current patch. I don't really know why. I guess they changed the hitbox slightly.
Yeah. I have no explanation for that, but
Welcome to my place.
what we're just trying to do is restore the power of the whole
Cozy.
facility.
This
Cozy.
is where we store the arc scans.
And so we can access the next map.
That was the plan.
So I don't think there's really a point of trying to explain exactly what we're doing right now, because it goes very deep. This whole area takes... for me, the first time I played this, it took a couple of hours.
We really like this chip, by the way, so we're gonna keep holding it in front of us.
Chip.
I don't know why he doesn't put it away, but I guess it's just doing the sequence really quickly. It happens.
It's a lovely chip. I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I'd eat it.
Bit of salt and vinegar, ketchup. Lovely.
We could try to make him think that she's there during the simulation. Might make him talk. Not
So
sure
in the story, we're kind of being awful at this point. This is where, like,
voice from the intercom.
you know, you can start thinking about like existential stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you get.
You want to get the code out of this guy, and
Yeah.
we're sort of bringing him to life,
Stromeyer.
and then
He said he needed
ending his life right away, maybe. Based on
We're just
definition.
ending the simulation. We run his mind through a simulation, and we're trying to get a password out of him. So what we just did was collecting a voice from a friend that he had, and also the skin of the character, like what she looks like. So he would be more comfortable with giving the code. That's the whole purpose.
I accidentally did the re-grab glitch, but
you're still you.
that's okay.
You're getting banned?
The data. You decide.
The run is invalid. Stop now. Kidding, you can carry on.
It's really easy to accidentally do it because you just got to double click on a prop,
Oh no.
essentially.
As long as it doesn't clip you through a wall, fine.
Shout out to Cake for this huge skip. Like pretty much all of Theta that I've done has been optimizations by Cake, where he just asked himself the question one day, why don't we just do it in this order? Like lean swipe here and then go here first. And
Go ahead and...
yeah, why didn't we just do that? So there's a lot of time.
Never mind.
And then a person called SJ joined the community and obliterated this map in NMG. He found which you do in normal mode, skip for entirety of Theta.
Yeah, he was like, I don't like this map, so I'm gonna skip it.
Yeah, looks better from out of bounds.
Yeah.
Much less perilous, much less scary. I'm on
Yep.
board.
So what you're seeing Sky do here is collecting 3 shares, which we need for a pretty huge skip coming up. And yet again, it doesn't involve the regrab glitch or clipping through any walls. So yeah, we cannot prop hover, flying on props. So we need to improvise. So we grab a couple of object friends that will assist us. Another lean swipe to open the tunnel. And then we will bring all of these chairs into the tunnel with us. And I will explain it in a second. It looks a bit finicky. This strat is pretty hard to get fast, because collision is a thing, and it usually doesn't want to cooperate.
Yeah, and I will be making a safety save because there's a chance that as you're falling down into the vent here and dropping down one level, the props can just despawn. So I'm gonna make a safe to save right here.
So notice where Sky was right now. He was at the very top of the vent, and he's about to drop down. We actually we want to be up there, but the trigger to the next level is down there, and we somehow need to get back up into the vent. So that's why we brought all the shares. This strat is called share stacking. It's also a very reset heavy part of the game. So what he's going to do first is grab the first chair and rotate it so it's set up in a particular way. There's a couple of visual cues you can do here with the share legs to make sure it's in the right position. But yeah, it's just one chair on top of another, and we're slowly building our path back up there. And yeah, it can be very finicky sometimes doing this share stacking. These shares can also despawn sometimes, so that's nice.
Yeah, I'm trying to not push them into this wall too fast because they can just despawn from that.
So now you've made a perfect ladder, which we're gonna jump on top of. Get a little boost on the backrest and a crouch jump. Very, very nice. That was super clean.
Okay, no.
Oh, it's fine.
I should have done a safe to save. I was doing a different way there last night, and I found more consistency there, but typical.
It's that ledge there is very, very thin. So you kind of have to walk along the ventilation there. So it's very easy to fall down. But yeah, that was still a super good executed share stacking. So
We need a security system.
I'm being really careful not to move as I drop down, because that can make the chairs despawn really easily.
And also what you noticed, when we actually got up there into the ventilation at the top, there was no collision where we came from. And that's because the developers didn't think we'd make it up there somehow, but we have our ways.
Jokes on them.
We have glitch hunters.
Okay. Let's be a good share. Uh-oh.
That last chair is the most trickiest to make it stay in place.
Oh, it looks good.
Yeah.
Alright, make it safe to save this time. I was
Yeah.
trying to avoid it because safety saving in this game does take a little bit. It takes like 20 seconds RTA or so. But of course, retrying a trick is much slower. So, but this run was really good up until this point, so I'm not too upset about that. I'm still 3 minutes ahead of my PB, so
Oh,
yeah, I haven't ran this new route really, so it's a lot of time saved from that trick we did in transport station. So yeah, this is okay for no major glitches because, as we explained earlier, we're not clipping through solid collision. And we're going to drop down into a hole where there's no collision to go back in bounds.
yeah, the whole roof has collision, except for that one little part. What we need to do is power up the elevator in this map. So we got the ship, gonna update it in this computer room, and then apply it and go for an elevator ride. This map in normal mode is really hectic. Well, I guess we skip it now. But this
Hello,
guy
Acres.
is chasing us. Hello, Acres.
This is a nice
Acres.
reality check to see if you actually selected safe mode.
Yep.
If you didn't run into any other things prior to this point, because he would pretty much one hit you, or I guess two hit you.
Yeah, it's in normal mode, the old route, you would have to fix up the elevator during him chasing you around. So there was a lot of precise stuff you could do, like close doors behind you. You had a couple of frames to make the AI confused and get stuck into a corner and yada yada yada. There was so many setups, and they all didn't work 100% consistent.
Yeah, and about earlier, saying I was like 3 minutes ahead, that was because I reloaded the map so it split. So
Oh,
that was that.
another
Quick
fast
little
ladder climb. And we managed to escape Acres, so we'll never see him again.
Yep, he's not. He's. Wait, what's that? What? Oh,
I guess we
Spoke
dropped
too
our
soon.
keys. Just wanted a hug.
yep. He's a bit lonely. So similar to Prince's run of Amnesia: The Dark Descent, there's one scripted death in that game as well as Soma. So that was the sort of knockout sequence. But yeah, still a good pace. Failing the chair stacking once, no big deal. I had a really good early game, so.
Time for me to jump in and talk about some of our incentives for today.
Yes,
Of
please.
course.
Wonderful, thank you. So, our friend Genesis is up next with Wendy de Traum von Arizona at 7:50 a.m. And if you're sitting there having a little giggle at my brilliant and very correct German pronunciation, have I got news for you? There will be an incentive this run, which is live right now, to make me read some German. I'm told it's 44 words, and I'm hoping they're all at least 5 syllables. So make sure you get your donations in by typing !donate in chat. I'm really excited to try it out. I think it'll be really, really funny, and it's all a brilliant cause. So make sure you get your donations in, team.
Right, and now we woke up from, I guess, a dream.
Yeah, a bit of a flashback. And this map is extremely scary in normal mode. But in safe mode, it's a breeze. It's absolutely no risk involved. Those door
Also-
dives are tricky.
Also worth noting, the monsters are faster than you when they actually chase you in normal mode. But it's safe mode. They'll chill.
Yeah. You're clicking this vent, which is like, as soon as you click this vent, you're invulnerable, so you're safe from the monster. And in normal mode, you click it like a split second before it gets you. It's like,
Yeah.
your heart is pumping in this map.
Yeah, this map is divided into 3 sections. Here's the second part, here's the second proxy. Proxy is the name of the monster type. So yeah, this map has 3 parts, 1, 2, and 3. Number 2 there is considered the easiest. Number 1, you have a couple of frames to click the door before he gets you. So you end up getting into the vent as he's like right on your back. This third part is also very tricky in the normal mode. Because you avoid him barely, like by confusing his AI. And there he is. What we do is go into this room, pump this thing 3 times, and that
I
opens the
grabbed
door.
it kind of awkwardly. Wait. Hello?
Wait.
Huh?
New
New glitch? Okay. That's never happened before. Add that to the
yeah.
list.
For some maps, when you load into the map, certain stuff can despawn, which makes it like almost impossible to finish that map. So I thought that for a split second was another one of those things where a part of the lever wasn't spawned, so like a soft lock.
Yeah, imagine just ripping it off the wall and you're like, great, what now?
Here
Well, the
you
solution
can-
would be to do a prop clip, but like...
Yeah. Here you can end the map 6 seconds faster by running towards Acres and then turning back when you hear the flushing noise. Normally you would go to the big door and try to escape Acres. We don't really know why it speeds up the cutscene 6 seconds, but I'm happy it does.
Yeah, it was a nice little time save Kick found like last year.
Is
Or
now
maybe
a
it
good
was-
time for me to jump back in again with a pretty large donation?
Yeah, sure.
Perfect time.
Perfect. So we've actually met that incentive already with a $100 donation from Old Man Pickle. No message, but we are very, very grateful. Thank you very much. I will be
Nice.
reading 44 words of German in the next run. I apologize now.
So we're coming up on Omicron, which is one of the more hectic maps. There's a lot of puzzles to be solved. And there is one trick with a chair where we're going to use a chair to keep a door open. And the door is constantly pushing on the chair. So we want to make sure we have a good chair placement where it does stay in place for as long as possible.
Yep.
But first we're going to unlock the pathway to Omicron.
Yeah,
And this is the sort of last lever that can despawn.
Yeah.
It's an extremely rarely thing. We've mentioned it a couple times, like we're expecting it to happen, but it's kind of like, obviously you never want it to happen, but in a marathon it would super suck. But it's super rare that it happens. And that's the last thing that can really go wrong with that lever.
Yeah, so in like in the other routes, I guess, you would just clip into Omicron. There's a locked door, and what we're doing here is just unlocking that gate to be able to get into the next map. But so it's not much going on in this map. It's pretty chill. We're just solving a puzzle.
No, my view is pretty limited. There's some heavy restrictions on my system access. Did you find a power suit?
Not yet. Trying to figure out how to get into Omicron. The big building.
Another guy is sleeping.
Oh, okay.
He looks pretty tired.
Good work.
Don't wake him up.
That's it? You got nothing?
Good luck.
Thanks.
Here in normal mode you can heal with this WoW flower, and you can skip dialogue, but
Somebody wants us to
in my PB I messed something up, so
Go inside.
I got extra dialogue from Catherine.
Get going.
That was a nice little time loss in that run.
And now 4 times the ladder climb, maybe?
Yeah,
We'll try
I'll
it.
try that. So S
hold A,
and,
S, D, and then down on the analogs.
oh, D as well.
Yeah,
Both A and D. Nice.
A, S, D.
I'm gonna octopus this a little
So
bit.
we're doing some science mid-run. Let's
Yep.
see how fast we can climb.
That's super speedy. I mean, it's pretty fast. Like, because when you jump off the ladder, there's so much air time or water time, I suppose.
Yeah,
that,
and
it takes a while to go down.
Imagine too that's underwater, so the the resistance,
Yeah.
Simon's really strong. Ooh, nice dive. You can do a crouch jump between those metal parts to remain the speed, and that was nice.
All right, Omicron. So
Yeah.
lots of puzzles. I'll probably not be talking much during this segment either.
Yeah, this map Omicron is split up into 2 parts, I guess, because we're gonna plug in Kath and talk to her a little bit. So the whole purpose of this map is we want to ascend or descend down into the abyss. But first we need a suit that can withstand the pressure down in the abyss. So what we do is collect 3 parts for the suit to fix it up. But first we just need to have a conversation with the cat. Since all of the parts is in the main part of the building, we need to grab this chair, take it with us, so we can stick it underneath the door, so that way we can escape this section and go grab the parts. So we're gonna do a kind of precise setup here to make the chair be in a good position. And hopefully it stays put.
It's worth noting that in safe mode, this chair doesn't have to stay put for as long as in normal mode.
So basic.
because they placed an invisible wall there at a later part in the map, like near the end of the puzzle section. Whereas in normal mode they did not, so you could go back and forth twice.
I mean,
Yep.
I'm kind of in a suit already.
That's been bothering me too. You know how you were transferred from
So the
Checking out
chair
our
has
hands.
to,
from
yeah. So the chair has to withstand more pressure in
Okay, so
the other subcategory
You
split.
want to send me to the future?
There's
No,
two
you
different
idiot. I
types
wanna
of
transfer
share
your
models
body
you
into a
can
new body.
put underneath the door.
We
In
already
any
know
percent,
what
we
to be
use
done. We don't
a
need to make it
more
a big deal.
robust
It is a big deal, Kath. It's a
chair,
huge
which is
fucking
placed
deal.
in this
There's
room.
gotta be something else that can take us down there.
I don't
Let's not
think
let
I've
it fail
ever
the
had a
only vessel
run
that could take that pressure, and you saw
die
what
to that
happened.
part.
Then think of something
Like that
else.
chair is super
Simon,
solid.
please.
But
You don't
in
have to switch
NMG
this
we
into
use
just
that
this.
white
Play
chair,
along for now.
that
If
like
we find something
almost
else, then
camping
great.
chair.
I'm not noticing anything.
And it can a lot of time just
Have a look around the room. This is where they would keep the power
fall
tools,
into the
if there are any left.
like out of bounds or something. Just some preparation for later, and now we're off to collecting all the parts for the suit.
Nice.
So we need 3 different
Found
parts.
one of the power
We're gonna
suits. There's a
start
dead
from
man inside.
the bottom level
I think it's a woman.
of the facility
Body we found
and
in the
work our
annex.
way to the
She's
top.
missing her head.
So we're gonna do a jump over the railing there. Very nice, very nice. Gonna solve this puzzle right here. Just waiting for it to boot up. Just have to make a line without any cuts. Pretty easy. And in here we're gonna solve one more puzzle. And we now have the first part of the suit that we need. So gonna make it up to the main level.
There's a character talking to us.
Yep.
But that's okay. His name is Ross. He's friendly. In quotation marks.
And so we go to the top floor before the middle floor. I forgot to mention that. There's a battery up here, which we need. It's safe mode, so she isn't very, what do you call it, angry at us. So we can just kind of get the battery and get out of there. And we need this
Seems like
box.
me. Do you want to stop bridging up?
I'm gonna poison the well. Yep. Oh yeah, the camera thing is happening now. The lean is messed up.
Oh,
Not sure
yeah.
why that happens, but it's like before entering the lab.
Yep. And we're gonna collect the last piece of the suit. Gonna jump on top of this chair and pull it down to the ground so we can jump on top of it and grab it at the very top, because there's a slight part of that glass container, or what do you call it? Glass, I guess, container, which you can interact with whatever is inside of it. So that's pretty nice.
I did some lean swipes there to open the doors, but I still need to wait for the scan to finish.
Yep.
Shut the door, Kath. Lock it up.
And now we have all the parts. Just gonna assemble the suit.
What's going on?
So, the invisible wall.
Piss off another one of WoW's monsters.
We have everything we need.
Can't
It
leave.
got activated just as I passed through.
Let's get to work. This is crazy.
Don't worry, it'll work.
We're stuck.
Make sure it's all bunched together with the structure gel connecting all the parts. Alright, try activating the suit from the terminal again.
So, I was talking about the suit that can withstand the pressure down in the abyss. We're not gonna put on a physical suit. We're gonna copy our mind into that new suit, or that robot that can withstand the pressure.
Really do it.
So, that means that this copy that we're playing as right now, playing as the robot Simon, is in, it's gonna be stuck up here.
Let's do it.
Since we don't, you know, it's not a Control X, Control V, it's more of a copy paste into the next suit. So the Simon is still gonna be conscious, and it's gonna be left up here, sadly.
Having your picture taken.
Well, with the most expensive camera in the world.
You know, Indian stock photos would steal their souls.
So now we make the copy happen. Yeah, so it's a lot of cool things in this game, like that makes you question, like, am I a bad person for doing this? There's an option of unplugging the current Simon, and he's right over there in that chair.
What was that?
I just realized that, like, for incentives, I guess this could be an incentive, killing him or not. So my bad. That's
What do you mean?
definitely could have done that, but yeah.
Copied. The sleeping Simon in the seat was copied.
So what would you do in this situation? Would you let him live and just sit there for all eternity, or
What did you think would happen?
plug him
You were gonna take
him
my
out?
mind and put it into another body, like a brain transplant.
I'm sorry, it wouldn't work that way.
You realize how messed up this is?
Please, I didn't mean to upset.
How did you expect me to react to this shit?
Please stop.
You're fucking disgusting.
Simon.
What's gonna happen to him?
He'll sleep for a while.
Simon says, go faster.
Wake up in his fucking nightmare again? All alone?
So we're just waiting for the conversation to end,
What do you want me to do with him? Make friends?
so we can grab Catherine and just get out of here.
Go into the abyss?
What if...
Yeah, as Prince said, I strongly recommend this game casually. We're not doing it enough justice speedrunning it. Like, we're
Yeah.
skipping so much of the really good story. Like,
I set it up
it's
for
so good. So that's kind of why safe mode and normal mode is a thing. So if you're not into horror games, or you very easily get scared, you can play on safe mode to just witness the atmosphere and the story and all of that stuff. And I guess normal mode just adds into the whole atmosphere, just avoiding all the monsters.
Yeah, for sure. This game is wonderful casually. Well, speedrunning too, but it's a great story, and it really makes you think. Come on, let's activate the power suit. Yeah, her dialogue is a little bit messed up because we did a little bit of sequence break back and forth, running in and out of the room.
And I think Frictional Games mentioned that they're currently working on a new game that is SOMA-like, and that's pretty much all we know. And it's supposedly it's supposed to be in a new engine, we think. Not sure about that, but it said SOMA-like at least.
Which is very exciting news.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is the climber. This is 5 minutes of descending in this little pod, I suppose. This elevator. So this is a perfect time for donations or anything that you want to mention to the people watching during the conversations between Simon and Catherine. Reflecting on life.
Understand? How could he? I couldn't do it.
There's well, I guess there's a
Right, I'm trying to hide
little break, gameplay break in this section. You have to restore the, or put in the fuse in the elevator because the power turns off. But you have, I think it's 4 minutes AFK here, and then you fix the elevator again, and then there's 3 more minutes after that.
Yeah, something like that.
We did an awful fucking thing.
Perfect time to verify a run. Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's not me, the me that I am, the same that I've always been.
Is it a perfect time to talk about Rejects and Friends?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Wonderful. So, Rejects and Friends Rapid Fire marks the 1-ish year university anniversary of Rejects and Friends, all starting from just one little meme about being rejected from GDQ. In our first 2 main events, we've raised over $7,500 for Planned Parenthood and expanded into our sideshows, Event Horizon and Sub-Zero in the winter. It's you team that makes this event possible, so we'd like to give you a massive thanks for watching and making this event so special to our community. Rapid Fire is the official rebranding of our initial summer event, so make sure you have a look at the schedule for our final day by typing !schedule in chat to see what else is coming up today. We have a total, at the moment, or I can't actually say it because it's fuzzy. $3,823.49. Yeah, that means we're getting there. We could get our target total of 5,345, which would match Sub-Zero from the winter. So make sure you're typing !donate in chat to find out how you can help us get there. And again, a massive thank you for being here and making this all so special. I'll hand back over to Cake and Sky.
Thank you. I'm curious why this is a security cam here. I don't know why they bothered building that for this elevator, but
In case you go out of bounds.
yeah, they're watching us, making sure we're not glitching.
You
Or
could be
glitching too
re-grabbing
much.
in there. No one knows.
Yeah. There's actually a way you can bring a prop into this elevator. If you just let it stay at the floor and you turn on the elevator, whatever object you have there will just ascend to the roof and then just pop out of bounds. So there was a theory we could bring a prop to the next map and clip out of the elevator to get to the bottom of the ocean a little bit faster, but it didn't work out, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can see on the monitor there as we're descending. Skipping this part of the run would be huge for any category of the game. We're sort of tied into a sequence where the elevator shuts down, like here, and we fix it again, and then something happens, and after that sequence is over, we come on, why is it not? Something about levers in this run that I just... Oh, it's reversed. That's what happened with the lever in Catacombs. I had to do the motion the opposite way for whatever reason.
What?
That's new.
Worth noting. Wait, is there any other levers now that I think of it? Can we test this theory in another map?
Well, I still have the save, so after the marathon run, I can go back and have a look.
I guess
but
if it's not like a state which gets lost when you reload.
Yeah, I don't think there are any levers left in the game. There is a few more scans, but I believe that was the last like lever you push down.
Yeah, we've joked about this, how the SOMA game like reads your live split file and checks if you're really ahead. If you're really ahead of your PB, something new will happen that will break your run and or yeah, you just kill your run totally. I've had so many new ways of having a run die. It's incredible, and it's just for SOMA, not the other frictional games game.
Whoa, what's happening?
Hey yo.
Is that a friend? He looks very friendly.
I think it is.
He wants a hug.
Is that Ross?
So as much as I would love to follow that guy, because he seems very friendly and all, it does waste quite a bit of time to go where he wants us to go. So in this next map, the Abyss, we're just gonna take a little detour.
I mean, I would listen to him. Just a stranger asking for some preparation.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't met
Nothing
many people down here, so might as well make as many friends as we can.
Oh yeah, at the bottom of the Abyss too.
Yeah.
So we, right here, we transferred into the next map, which is the Abyss. A very, very dark place. I don't know how... oh, you can see the depth there on the monitor. That's how far down we are.
Yeah, we're moving at 15 meters per second.
You haven't been here before?
Not in a way that'll help us.
Right, the other you has been here.
So there's
So-
just the strat in this whole map is just A to B to a map called Tau.
Yeah, and about what Cake mentioned earlier about what is really out of bounds or inbounds, like
Yep.
the philosophic question. We're gonna have that question again.
You'll see very soon. You can spam scan that thing, and if you scan it twice, he'll just hold up the omni-tool this whole map, kind of like the ship in Theta, which we saw earlier.
Ships.
Mm. So now we're just running out into the ocean. This map has triggers around it, so the player can't escape like this. But for this part in particular, that trigger is too thin and we can just bypass it. If you stand inside of that trigger for, I'm not sure how long it is, it's a couple of seconds. Ross, which visited us in the elevator, will just pick us up and put us back at the start of this map. So we bypassed that trigger, so now we can just roam around free outside the map. Or is it really outside the map? We haven't clipped through any walls. Is this considered a glitch? It's just questions unanswered.
Right here, there's a huge trigger that will place you back in the map. So I made sure to skirt around it. So I did a little setup where I jumped 12 times with a certain visual cue and then 3 times slightly further left, and then I can just look at Tau and it will give me a very straight line to the next map whilst still avoiding the void out trigger.
So that's why that's the reason why you see Sky doesn't take straight lines A to B in this map. It's just avoiding invisible things.
And
So
there is
quite a long walk.
there is a spider cave. Well, I guess they're technically not spiders. They're ocean crabs, I guess. That are very freaky looking, but we won't really go near it. It's the thing to the left there. There's a huge cave you go through normally, and if you're afraid of crawling creatures like spiders, then it's advised to look away. But we won't really see them because we're so far away from it.
Yeah.
I think we might hit the music trigger though. Yeah, this eerie music right here.
So there's only really one trick to this map, other than getting outside of the player intended zone. You can run up to this hill and either mash jump or hold jump to get a lot of momentum just running up the hill. And then we're gonna attempt a boost here that saves a couple of seconds. That was a really nice speed.
Oh, decent.
Whee!
One of the better ones I've gotten. Cake is really good at this trick, and he can get one that like lasts upon until like this point pretty much. I've seen one that was like really impressive. But it's really finicky to control.
It's also not harder. It's easier to maintain the speed underwater compared to being in the air. And that's it. We're at Tau. There's a giant anglerfish in this map, which we avoided. Thank God.
I got jump scared so badly by that when I watched a video of this. I think I was watching it on a train and literally jumped and screamed. It was very embarrassing.
Yeah.
Nice.
It is a really terrifying part of the game.
So
I
in
think
any
my,
percent you can get up here as a preparation while the water is still high, but we don't need that to do that in NMG.
Yeah, and we clip out of bounds, but since it's NMG, we...
That's illegal this time.
Yeah. So I guess we're gonna visit our last friend of the run. At least in this category, he's a friend in safe mode. In normal mode, this is really terrifying. We're gonna face Yin Yoshida, another member of the Pathos crew that got cursed by the WoW in this universe. So
yeah, the station-wide artificial intelligence. Wow.
yeah, he's kind of a wandering zombie right now, but in safe mode he's chill. In normal mode he's super fast, but he has a cool mechanic. When you look at him, he stands put, and when you look away, that's when he runs towards you.
Yeah, exactly
But-
like a Boo from the Mario series.
Yeah, but if you stare at him too long, he will get angry.
Nice, that's
There
quite
is-
the spawn. I'll just go around, I guess. Oh, wait. Thought that I could go... There we go. Thought it looped around there. He never... That's a really rare spawn. He usually spawns, like, in the first hallway.
So if you go up to him, you'll see him back off, because it's safe mode. But I don't know how many times you can do it, though. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I don't really
I'm not
trust
sure.
it. Like, it is safe mode, but how much testing did Frictional really do with these guys? Alright, there is one... I guess, like, a couple of tricks left that I can go wrong, but... There's one trick coming up that's kind of scary, but hopefully it all goes well. It's saving like 17 seconds at the end of the map.
Yeah, I guess this is the last trick-heavy part of the run in NMG. What we need to do now is just get the arc set up so we can transfer it over to the last map, Phi. I guess the goal of the whole game is to launch all of humanity up into the space. Inside this arc right here, we've copied all of the minds of the crew members down here onto that arc, which we will launch in a spaceship.
Did you just disable that lady's life support? Did I see that right?
Shh.
Meanie!
It's for speed. Did you do a safety save?
I did not, because I'm gaming.
Holy shit.
The thing is, safety saving costs more than this saves, so... Better just get it first try. Am I right?
Yeah, you can click the door on the other side, and there's a very long opening animation where the... well, I guess the door just opens slowly, but if you...
Oh, come on.
Go, like, quote-unquote, out of bounds... Oh, it's inverted, I guess.
Yeah. There we go. Man, that's a strange glitch.
I wonder if you can grab it and then, like, rotate it with your analog stick on your controller. And maybe
Oh, yeah,
that's...
maybe.
But there's no way of testing now.
Yeah, still got a couple ladders left in the run, so we'll use the controller for that. Yeah, so there was no collision in the ceiling of that room where I sort of popped my head out of the map. So, still within the rule set.
And it was just another lean, and then click on the button inside of that dumb bat, which just opens the door right away.
If you crouch at the right time here, you can get a really nice little slide.
Nice.
Sort of
That
like
was
that. That was a better one. But yeah, mistime it and you do a slow crawl.
This part is super satisfying to do. You're normally just supposed to go up here and then go back and do a whole quest line with Ross. But if you put this, metal sheet thing, I'm not sure what it is. But if you stack it up like that and then jump at a very precise spot,
There we go.
you can climb over and we're on the other side. And also no collision. No clipping done, so still within the rules.
Yep, just phasing through textures that don't have collision.
Yep.
So in a casual playthrough, you would go to Alpha, I think it's called, where you
Yep.
find the core of the sort of cancer that is the AI controlling the whole station.
Yeah, like the main wildflower. You've seen smaller wildflowers along the game, but there's a giant one. A precise little jump there to get on top of the train roof, or so that's really neat. It's harder than it looks.
Yeah, and in terms of like run killers, we're past all of that, and like this one final tricky jump. But if I fail it, I can retry. But at this point, you're pretty much good for the end of the game. If you're on PB pace at this point and you're past all the tricks, then you're just kind of having your victory lap.
Yeah. You're pre-celebrating right here, but you don't want to jinx it for this jump coming up.
Yeah. Nice.
And you made it, and here's where the celebration starts. Yo, I got a PB!
Yeah, in 9 minutes, roughly.
Yeah, there's not much that can, like, there's no run-ending stuff happening in the rest of the game. But there's quite a lot of speed tech left, I guess.
Yeah, one of the funnier strats that was found kind of recently. I think it's the sort of latest tech, I guess, for the game, where you can cancel dialogue by taking fall damage, and it's really funny. We'll be doing that a couple times in this upcoming map.
Pumping the water out. I guess we have a little bit of time if there's any donations.
This has to be fine, right? Hope the Ark made it here in one piece.
So we're just gonna plug in Kath here. There is a lean swipe you can do in this map to enter the downstairs area, or I guess it's not staircase.
Did you find
This is
the
the
Ark?
I did, but I kind of lost
the lower
my
part
way
of
here
the
on my
map,
way to training headed to Phi. So
which
it should be
saves
around
like
the
20
zone.
seconds, I
That's
think.
great.
But
Let's
it's
go get it.
so hard to do that lean swipe. So we kind of have to wait for the dialogue to end and the power to get turned back on.
Alright, Phi is up and running.
Alright, so I'm gonna take some damage here, but we're in safe mode, so we regen super quickly.
In a normal mode, you would do a 180 and re-grab the ladder and then just let go of it immediately to cancel the fall damage.
I hope everything's okay with the space gun.
Yeah, I doubt I'll be able to repair one of those.
Just gonna do some preparations for the Ark to make sure it's
Found the Ark.
Good job.
it's ready to go
We just need to find the assembly
into
space.
space.
Dump the Ark into
Yeah,
its
we're
orbit.
currently holding the future of humanity in our arms.
Don't drop it.
Yeah, like this woman did. SMH.
I have no idea.
That is
Time
Catherine,
together is a confusing patchwork of moments to me.
by the way.
Time is it?
Yep. A bit unfortunate what happened to her.
3:30 a.m., but I don't remember when we started.
Is that it?
I'm really not that familiar with you.
So right here you saw this guy climbed up enough so he would take fall damage when dropping down. Taking fall damage in this map in particular
Now what?
just overwrites the dialogue for some reason.
Forgetting something?
So as you saw there, right there, he took damage and the conversation just stopped, which speeds up this whole process. We have no clue how it works. We've tried it in different maps. It only works here in Phi. No idea why.
It's a really satisfying time, so
Yeah.
you get a little sound effect too, the screen shaking.
So there is, in N%, there is a way to take damage in this final part coming up, but we cannot do it in no major glitches, because we entered this little dome right here to pump the water back in. But since we skipped that in N%, the whole area will not have any water at all, which allows us to do the damage skip. So it's not possible underwater.
Yeah, the damage skip coming up by the chair. That we can't do. you would nudge yourself into the little corner between the chair and like right here. And for some reason, just being squeezed here makes it take damage.
Not after this is over.
Right. Have a seat.
I wouldn't be surprised if you accidentally clipped through the fence there, since it's
Comfortable?
SOMA.
As good as it's gonna
Yeah.
get.
Okay, I'll activate the
Everything can happen.
You should be able to use the machines to load the
Walls are really just a suggestion. They're a bit stronger in HBL3 games like SOMA and
How do you operate
Rebirth,
this
etc.
Don't know, I never tried
But
this.
well, I guess SOMA would be one of the stronger ones. But with the rear grab glitch, it's easily disputed.
Yeah, I guess the Dark Descent has the like thinnest walls,
Yeah.
or there's a lot more rubbing your face against the wall and then clipping tricks in the Dark Descent than compared to SOMA. Because clipping through walls in this game requires re-grabbing of an object, the re-grab glitch. But there's still some walls you can
We also need to
clip
make sure lots of
through
off,
by
so
just
attach
wiggling
it to
your
a
camera
single switch.
against it.
Just push the button and we're off.
That was the final, like, sort of big input, but we still have some movement coming up after the credits.
It's an amazing thing.
The credits will play in a little bit, and then we skip the credits, and there will be an after-credit scene where we will run around a little bit, and after that, time will end.
So this is, I would say, the bad ending before the good ending. So
Yeah.
not sure. Should we just let the conversation speak for itself? Because it's a pretty cool dialogue.
10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6,
We're launching the Ark, by the way.
4, 3, 2,
Yeah, we made it! I'm still here. I'm still here. Catherine? Catherine?
I'm here.
What the hell happened? What went wrong?
Nothing. They're out there, among the stars. We're here.
No. We were getting on the Ark. I saw it. It finished loading just before it launched.
Yeah, I saw.
Then why are we still here?
Simon, I can't keep telling you how it works. You won't listen. You know why we're here. You were copied onto the Ark. You just didn't carry over. You lost the coin toss. We both did. Just like Simon and Omicron. Just like the man who died in Toronto 100 years ago.
No. This is bullshit. We came all this way. We launched the Ark.
I know it sucks, but our copies are up there. Catherine and Simon are both safe on the Ark. Be happy for them.
Are you crazy? We're gonna die down here with those fuckers living at large on a spaceship. They're not us. They're not us.
I'm sorry you feel that way, Simon. I'm proud of what we did. We made sure that something of the hundreds of thousands of years of human history survives, that something lives on.
No. Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck you. Fuck you, Catherine. You lied. And I believed in you. I trusted you. You said we're getting on the fucking Ark.
We are on the Ark, you idiot! I didn't lie. I can't be responsible for your goddamn ignorance. You
Fuck! Catherine? Please don't leave me alone. Catherine? Catherine?
And we still
That's
got a
the
little bit more.
Yep. That final Catherine really crushed my heart the first time.
Is this?
And here's the good ending. We're on the Ark. You can
Woohoo, we
hold
made it.
forward. You can hold forward a little bit there before to skip the getting up of the share animation. And you don't get to slow down running in water here, so it's just a bit of a more straight line towards the end.
I'm just
And,
jumping over some rocks, that's pretty much it.
Yep. You can get stuck losing a second. It has happened before. And the time is coming up real soon.
Yeah, when the screen fades to black, that will be time.
Catherine!
Could have.
Catherine!
Time.
I can't believe we actually made it.
GG.
That is SOMA completed without any major glitches.
Still some out of bounds maids, or I guess we didn't do the quote unquote intended route. We're currently working on a glitchless route for this game, so it's gonna be fun seeing how that plays out. But yeah, this was an MG.
Yeah, there's been some debate throughout the years of like what is considered inbounds and out of bounds, so that's why there isn't currently a glitchless route. Also, the interest hasn't been that great. More so the last year or so. So yeah, we're very interesting to see how that develops. Just want to give a quick shout out to the HPL Games Speedrunning Discord server, which hosts all games from Frictional Games, so any game from the Penumbra or Amnesia series, as well as the SOMA series, which currently just this one game, SOMA, in it. Hopefully SOMA 2 one day. Although the story does kind of conclude very nicely here. But it would be cool to see something SOMA-like in the future, like more of this. So if you're interested in learning any of the speedruns from Frictional Games, then that's the place to be. You can find it on speedrun.com. Shoutouts to Trigger for being a huge community figure for SOMA, creating tutorials and helping people get into the run, creating the auto splitter and being a leaderboard mod and doing a lot of work. And Cake for being my commentator for this run and also pushing the category to its limits, both any percent and NMG. Hope this was enjoyable to watch. Thank you for having me. Cake, if you have any final things you want to say.
No, it was just an awesome run. Very good showcase of the whole route. I'm really happy. Everything went well, and it was a pleasure doing the co-commentary.
Yeah, I'll hand it over to the host. If the host is available. But you can see now that Catherine's face is complete after the game is over. It was throughout the playthrough, it will be torn apart.
Well, if nothing else, I suppose I'll take a stab at it. Thank you very much, Skyreon and Cake, for your wonderful exposition of SOMA. It's a game that has intrigued me for quite a while, and to see it broken like this without any major glitches is extremely intriguing. I can only wonder what actual major glitches would be like. We're going to transition to a break here, and we'll be back in just a little bit with Wendy der Traum von Arizona. Couldn't tell you what it's about, but I'm sure it's going to be great. See you soon.